好歡迎大家嚟到第49屆香港國際電影節。今晚係我哋嘅快國之夜。Welcome to the 49th Hong Kong International Film Festival. Tonight is the French night. So we are going to have the screening of Leos Carax, and this program is presented by the Consulate of France, Consulate General of France in Hong Kong, and also UniFrance. So now we're very honored to have the Consul General of France in Hong Kong, Mrs. Christelle Drew, to give us a speech. Please welcome.
Dear Film, dear friends of French cinema, the French Consulate of France in Hong Kong and Macau is proud to be hosting the annual French Night in partnership with UniFrance for the 49th edition of the Hong Kong International Film Festival. The festival has always given special place to French cinema. This year is no exception, with no less than 62 French productions and co-productions as part of its exciting lineup. I would thus like to express my gratitude to the Hong Kong International Film Festival, which allows cinema goers in Hong Kong to get access to the best of French cinema and let them experience, through the lens of some of our greatest filmmakers, the culture, society, and values of France. Tonight, we are very pleased to present to you Annette, directed by Leos Carax, who has made us the great honor of being with us tonight. Leos Carax is no stranger to Hong Kong. He was here in 2013 to present his cult classic Holy Waters. We are particularly glad to see him back. We hope he will continue to make movies, and he will keep coming to Hong Kong to introduce them to us. Annette is a unique musical film, a must-watch for all those who appreciate unconventional storytelling and emotional depth. I won't spoil the story for those who haven't seen it yet. I just would like to emphasize the international recognition of the film for its powerful narrative, having been nominated in the prestigious Cannes Film Festival, the César, our French Oscar, and the Golden Globe, and having won several awards. So this is a real pleasure to see talented actor Adam Driver acting with French actor Marion Cotillard. So without further ado, I will now let you enjoy the film. Très bonne séance. Merci beaucoup. Have a very good evening.
Stay behind for the Q&A with director Leos Carax after the screening. Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here. Tonight is young, but so we start. Okay, Mr. Leos Carax. Thanks so much, Leos, for joining us. So, do you want to say a few words to the audience? OK， 係啦，導演就話多謝大家今日嚟到呢度講嘢。咁既然導演可能想今日問題啦，幫我問第一條問題先啦。Maybe I'll just ask the first question, the obvious question was, so why did you decide to use the very event as your protagonist? 點解因為導演點解會用木偶嚟做呢一個主角？
Well, this film came to me, and I didn't imagine it. It's the musicians and the sparks that came with the project. And so there was a little girl from age 0 to 5 years old. I didn't know how to do that. I knew nothing about puppets. I was not interested in puppets, but then I discovered and I tried to make this puppet in life. I tried first in America, then in Japan, and finally we did it in France, with a young couple of puppeteers.
導演頭先都講到啦，其實呢一個本身呢一個電影嘅呢個概念咧，其實就唔係佢自己嘅概念嚟嘅，其實一隊美國嘅電子樂隊啦 Sparks Ron Mail 同埋 Russell Mail 帶呢一個 idea 俾導演咁樣。導演自己都話啦，其實佢就想揾一個0至5歲到嘅小女孩啦做呢個主角咁樣，但係佢自己其實就唔知點樣去做木偶咁樣嘅，咁所以其實佢就周圍係揾一啲木偶師咁樣，咁初頭就喺美國啦，咁跟住去到日本啦，再翻去法國，咁嘗試揾呢個適合嘅木偶師去做呢一個主角。好，咁其實不如咁咧，大家都有好多個問題㗎啦。咁如果大家有問題嘅話咧，其實可以舉手，咁其實我諗我哋嘅同事可能會俾個咪嚟嘅。If you do have any questions, please raise your hand and ensure that my colleagues will hand you the microphone. So anyone who wants to ask Leos a question? Okay, it's lead over there, please.
我可唔可以用廣東話？我想問咧，男主角 Adam Driver 咧，佢殺咗阿 Anne 之後咧，開始喺下巴嗰位附近咧。開始一路延伸，又會有嗰個 scarf 咁嘅嘢，其實係導演有咩寓意或者係想表達啲咩
Our friend, from the audience, she'd like to know about the mark on Henry McHenry's face, on the red or on the right cheek. So she'd like to know the symbolism behind it.
I forgot. I think first, I like marks. I like prosthetics. I like, obviously wigs and false noses and all that. So then I think we started with something small, like and then, with the makeup artist, we decided to make it grow as Adam or Henry, goes into the abyss. Little by little, his mark grows. That's it.
導演就話其實佢自己都唔係好記得，咁但係最後都講啦，其實佢自己就好中意呢啲疤痕啊，或者係呢啲字嘅嘢啦。咁其實佢亦都中意，譬如話喺用化妝方面去做一啲假嘅手手腳腳啊，或者呢一類咁樣嘅嘢。咁佢都講到咧，其實本身都係計劃嗰個字係好細嘅，咁但係後面就越嚟越大啦。咁其實就係講緊啊 Henry McHenry 佢開始越嚟越跌落去自己嗰個心靈或者個人嘅深淵嗰陣時咧，咁其實都係要做咁嘅代表性咁樣。Okay, any other questions? Okay, this gentleman in front, please ask.
Wonderful movie, thank you. I had a million questions, but personally, we can't help escaping the fact that this came, 5-6 years after La La Land. I'm really intrigued because musicals were not in fashion at all, and I'm wondering, like, in the marketing and the conception, the finance and the production, how much did that movie change how you made it, how you approached it, how, the backrooms of Hollywood worked in making this movie? Because it feels like we can't ignore the shadow of that movie cast.
呢位觀眾朋友咧，其實佢想講話，其實呢套電影其實都好多年嘅醖釀啦，咁最後就成型啦。咁其實亦都係荷里活拍攝啦，喺洛杉磯拍攝啦有部分。咁其實有幾大嘅轉變咧。I think it's about the changes in the idea throughout the 7 or 8 years of
came to cinema because I couldn't make music, basically. I would have wanted a life in music, because I think that's the most beautiful life possible, imaginable, to whether you're a singer, a musician, a composer. And so since the beginning I've been wanting to work with music. I was afraid, so for years I didn't even have original music in my films. I thought, how do you work with a composer? It's impossible to talk about music. Like if you don't like what the composer gives you, I can't rewrite it. So, but then kind of a chance, I guess, that this band sparked, two brothers, American brothers, that I had listened to since I was 12 years old, I think, and came to me with this project. So I thought, this is the only time I will get to do musical. Then it took us 8 years to find money, all that. So we wrote, in these 8 years, we changed everything, and we wrote 80 songs probably. Half of them maybe are in the film.
導演就講咧，其實佢開始拍電影其實都係嚟自音樂，因為佢自己好中意音樂嘅。咁但係其實佢自己都好擔心啦，其實點樣去同音樂擺音樂嚟自己電影咧，所以好早期其實佢嘅早期嘅電影咧，其實都冇一啲原創嘅音樂，因為佢都話唔知點樣同一啲作曲家或者係作曲嘅人去合作咁樣。咁但係呢次嘅機會咧 ，Sparks 呢隊樂隊咧主動嚟揾佢，就拍呢一個電影咁樣。咁 Sparks 咧，其實導演自己其實佢好中意呢隊樂隊，都12歲嗰陣時咧已經第一次聽佢哋嘅音樂都好中意啦。咁所以佢亦都覺得咁嘅因緣際會啦，亦都係佢唯一一次機會可以拍一套音樂劇嘅電影咁樣。咁所以最後其實都寫咗好多歌，就擺咗落呢一套電影。So you actually the first records that you stole, they were Sparks Brothers records, right?
I mean, first time I heard of Sparks, I didn't know Sparks. It was a record cover, an album called Propaganda. One friend we used to steal records, and we liked the cover, and we took that one.
因為導演其實頭先我哋講笑話，其實導演係咪第一次偷佢啲音樂，真正嘅偷啦？因為其實年青嗰陣時咧，導演都話其實佢同朋友都好中意 Sparks 呢隊樂隊嘅唱片封面啦，咁所以其實就試過都攞咗其中一隻呢一個唱片咁樣，因為其實都係中意嗰個影像咁樣。Okay, maybe any other questions from the audience? Maybe this gentleman.
Thank you for coming to Hong Kong. And I want to ask one question. The film blends many elements, include opera and music. And I want to ask, how do you balance the balance between abstraction and emotional storytelling? And do you think when you create a film, the meaning of the emotion is more important for you? Thank you.
So the balance between abstraction and emotion. 其實呢位觀眾朋友就想話，其實想問下導演咧點樣去平衡一啲藝術性比較可能虛無啲嘅一種嘅表現方式啦，同埋啲人物嘅真正嘅感覺咁。
I don't think I balance anything. The truth, I think, is there's a chaos. I'm very good with chaos, and And then I have to meet people, hopefully 2, 3, 4 people who can help me organize this chaos into a film. And that's what's, in a way, I feel I've been lucky because when I was 20 years old and then later, I met people each time that helped me, whether they're can be an actor, an actress, a producer, it can be a director of photography, a musician, people who are not afraid of chaos, and yeah, so it's never, I mean, in film, that's how a film starts. It starts with chaos, it starts with a few images, maybe they have nothing to do together in your head, or a few images and a few feelings. And then it's like a musician, I guess. You have all, you hear something and then you have to find a way to organize it to make it exist.
導演就講啦，其實佢自己就唔覺得係有個平衡，因為佢自己好中意混亂 chaos 咁樣。咁但係佢自己由20歲開始拍電影啦，咁佢就揾到好多唔同嘅人咧去幫手組織佢啲混亂嘅思緒成為呢一啲電影咁樣，可能係演員啦，可能係攝影嘅指導啦，可能係音樂人啦，咁一啲唔怕佢嗰種混亂嘅人去幫佢做呢一樣嘢。咁佢覺得好似同做音樂一樣啦，音樂其實都係有一個概念，然後跟住就慢慢去組織成為一啲作品咁樣。Okay. Any other questions from the audience? Okay, I think that friend in the audience in the back, please. Yes. Hi.
Hi, thank you for the film. I really enjoyed it. So the film seems to be a lot about an interrogation of like performances, and I wanted to ask about how central is the main character being a comedian to like the message of the film, and what kind of inspirations do you have to his kind of style of comedy in the first act?
Comedy being the inspiration.
The inspiration of like the kind of comedy that the main character did in the first act.
呢位觀眾就想問關於喜劇嗰方面，因為其實男主角就係一個棟篤笑啦 ，stand-up comedian， 咁其實係一種喜劇，咁其實導演其實點樣去處理呢一種咁樣嘅表演嘅形式咧？喺呢套電影。
So when the Sparks gave me the project, there was already the basis of everything, the opera and stand-up comedy. And I knew, I was always interested in stand-up comedy. I knew nothing about opera, but I was always interested in stand-up comedy. And also there's been, I mean, stand-up comedy seems to be the last thing I would, it's like a nightmare to me. You go on stage, completely naked, and you have to make people laugh for an hour or two. I don't know how they do it. Like, I started to read biographies by stand-up comedians, autobiographies, like Steve Martin. He describes a scene where he has to go on stage and he vomits. And he was opening for Nina Simone, the singer, who I like a lot, and she had to treat him like a baby, to push him on stage and to help him. Or like famous, there's an American stand called Lenny Bruce, who was very aggressive, very interesting, and had many problems. And closer to us, some guys who were very gifted, like Louis C.K., I don't know if you know in America, and who's had problems with the Me Too thing. So all that inspired, I guess, we tried, hopefully create someone that's not a copy of all these people, but a lot of these people's work and lives went into Henry.
導演就講到啦，其實阿 Sparks 呢隊樂隊嚟攞呢個概念嗰陣時咧，其實已經有歌劇同埋棟篤笑呢兩個元素。咁棟篤笑呢樣嘢咧，其實佢自己好有興趣。咁但係亦都係可能佢自己話最後一樣，即係可能係 佢最未必會做自己會做嘅一樣嘢咧，我覺得係一個惡夢嚟，因為要走上台咁接近係等於攞到自己嘅情感啦，或者自己俾觀眾去睇，你要希望大家去笑咁樣。咁其實佢啱先講到有幾個喜劇同篤笑嘅演員，其實佢都好中意嘅，譬如話史蒂夫馬田啦、Lenny Bruce 啦，或者 Louis C.K. 啦，但佢都講到 Louis C.K. 嘅人之後都捲入一啲 V2 嘅問題度啦，咁其實都有一啲其他事件發生。咁但係其實佢自己都好睇好多呢啲篤笑嘅電影。So Leos, may I just follow on this question? Did you actually work with Adam Driver on his on-stage performance as Henry McHenry?
I don't know if you're going to work, but yeah, we're supposed to work. Yeah, I didn't know, I mean, Adam, I chose Adam 7 years before the shooting. It took us all this time to find the money. But I didn't really know him, of course, as an actor, let's say. And I never rehearsed, so that was a problem because there was a long fight-up scene. So this time we did rehearse. We did look, just how does he walk, how does he talk, how does he hold the mic, what kind of character is he? So that was in Belgium, Brussels. We spent maybe an afternoon trying to try things.
因為我覺得問翻導演咧，其實 Henry McHenry 台上嗰啲演出嘅方式咧，其實佢點樣同演員 Adam Driver 去嘗試去傾係點樣去做咧咁樣。咁導演都話其實佢本身唔識Adam Driver 呢個演員，咁但係當然後來咧其實都熟練咗啦，咁亦都開始去排練啦，特別是就係其實究竟Henry McHenry 喺台上面佢點樣行啦，佢點樣玩個咪啦，大家都見到啦。咁所以其實呢啲全部都係比以前發生，咁所以其實都做咗好多排練嘅工作，而形成 Henry McHenry 呢個形象。Okay, I'm sure you have some more questions to ask, but I think we are running out of time. So, okay, so thank you all for coming. So shall we give another round of applause to Leos? Thank you. Thank you all for coming to the studio of Annette at the 49th Hong Kong International Film Festival. And of course, tomorrow Leos will be back with us for his latest film, I'm Not Me. And of course, it will be followed with a more extensive conversation between him and the festival team. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you, Leos. Thank you.